Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making this beautiful shirt together. As you can see, the shirt is just looking so beautiful. So we are going to be making this together. So if it's your first time coming across my video or my channel, you are very much welcome, and please do wait to subscribe to this channel. And to my returning subscribers, thanks for always watching my video. Thank you. So guys, we'll be working with this Duchess fabric. I have around 1.5 yard of material that I'll be working with. But if you want this to be free on you, I advise you use 2 yards of material. So guys, we'll go ahead and fold our fabric into two, as you can see me doing. So I'll just go ahead and fold it, and I'll be taking my tape to determine my working space. So to determine my working space, I'll be working with my hip circumference. So I divided my hip circumference into four, and I'll also be adding my button allowance for the front and the seam allowance as well. So guys, once I was done determining that, I went ahead to take the full length of this top, as you can see. So this fabric is a kind of very circle, so I just decided to use my iron to hold it in place. So I'll advise you do same, just use your iron and iron it so that it can be in place. So once I was done doing that, I went ahead to draw a line at the hem of this dress so that it can serve our starting point and also our shoulder line. So guys, I was done doing that. I went ahead to mark my waist line. For now, I did not add my chest line because of the nature of this top, of this particular top. So I did not add my upper chest line. So I just went ahead and marked my waist line there and also mark my full length. So I went ahead to also hold this in place with my pins because it was kind of moving around, and I have to be moving this fabric. So once I was done doing that, I also take the full length of the top. So for the full length of this top did not end at my hip. You know that normally our top length usually be at our hip, but because I want this to be below my hip, I went down by extra 4 to 5 inches for my hip length. So guys, I went ahead to mark our button allowance for the front. So that is what you are seeing me doing right now. I just went ahead to mark our button allowance in the front. It's just as you adding a zipper allowance for your dress at the back. So it's just the same thing. So I marked a button allowance of 2 inches. So I was connecting the dots together so that I will now have my button allowance, and also that from that button allowance, that is where I'll be taking my measurement. So from the button allowance, I went out for my shoulder length, my shoulder measurement. So I took my shoulder measurement and I added extra 3.5 inches because the sleeve of the shirt did not start exactly at the shoulder. It started around somewhere below the shoulder, just like you are cutting a kimono dress. So when I was done taking my shoulder measurement, I took my neck width of 2.5 inches. So at that shoulder, I came down by 1.5 inch for my shoulders slant. Our shoulder is in straight. So I went down by 1.5 inch for my shoulder slant. So from there, I'll be taking our armhole, that is our sleeve opening. So I went ahead and marked that part. I measured that part that my sleeve is going to be starting from, and I measured the circumference of it, and I divided it by 2 to get my sleeve opening. So that part now will be serving as our upper chest. So that is where I'll be inserting my bust circumference measurement. So guys, I went ahead to insert my bust circumference measurement, as you can see me doing right now. And once I was done inserting my bust circumference measurement, I added a seam allowance of 1.5 inches. But guys, I will not be using this 1.5 inches to close this shirt, but rather I'll be using 1 inches to close it, and half inches will be serving as extra space allowance, that is making the shirt free on my body, not that fitted. So I do the same thing at the waistline. I inserted my waist measurement and also added 1.5 inches on it. So I'll be going to my full length of this top. I'll be inserting my hip measurement there. So I'm just adjusting the fabric so you can see what I'm doing. I'll be inserting my hip measurement there, and I'll also be adding my 1.5 inch for ease and seam allowance. So once I was done doing that, I'll go ahead and connect all these dots together. So guys, just watch what I'm doing. I hope you can see the chalk because I was trying very hard for you guys to see what I was drawing. So I'll just use my free hand around that part like so. So guys, I'll now go ahead and insert our neck depth. So before that, for the opening at the down part, so I decided to to go down from the waist line. So I'll just shift the fabric so you can see what I'm doing. So from that the waistline, I decided to go down by 6 inches. So from the waist, I said to go down by 6 inches. So from there, I'll be connecting it back to my full length with a curve. Like just I'll be doing a free hand here, just like you curving your back's waistline. So that is what I did here. So at the neck part now, we are going to be inserting our neck depth. So I'm using 2.5 inches for my neck depth and 2.5 inches for my neck width. So guys, that is all for this. We'll now go ahead and cut this out. So guys, once I'm done cutting this out, I'll be using this front to cut the back piece. The back piece will just be as like almost the same thing with the front with just a little adjustment. So I'll be placing the front on the back, and mind you, I'll go ahead and fold in our button allowance. Just go ahead and fold it in because our back won't be as big as the front. The front is the one that will be bearing the button allowance, while the back will be just there. So just go ahead and fold it in like so. So guys, I'm done folding this. So I'll just go ahead and cut this shape, and then at the neck part, we'll now be doing our adjustments. So guys, we are done cutting this. So at that shoulder part, for the back shoulder part, you want to come up by 1.5 inch to make this shirt settle very well on your body while putting it on. So I came up by 1.5 inch for the back shoulder length shoulder line. So it wasn't the same thing with the front. The back is now 1.5 inch bigger than higher than the front. So I'll now go ahead and fold that part and form our back neckline. But this neckline is now almost the same thing with the front. The back neckline is always high. So it's 2.5 by 1.5 inch for the back neck depth and width. So guys, this is all. I'll now go ahead and notch that part that will be serving as our sleeve opening, so that I will know where to insert in our sleeve. So I will now go ahead and open this our button allowance for the front. So guys, we'll just go ahead and open it. You can see what I'm doing. I'm now separating this. So guys, once I'm done doing this, I'll be taking this to iron that button allowance. So guys, as you can see, I've go ahead to fold the button allowance. I use my hemming gum on that part. I use hemming gum to hold it down so that it will be very firm. So once I was done doing this, I'll go ahead and top stitch it and join our back piece with the front piece together. So just go ahead and join our back piece with the front piece together. So I'll bring it back to show you guys what it looks like. So guys, this is it. Is now we have done stop stitching our button allowance, and we also join our back and our front together. So now it's time for us to cut our sleeve. So I'll go ahead and measure that our sleeve opening from the other part of the sleeve to the other part. So whatever I have there, I'll be dividing it by 2 because we'll be folding our fabric for the sleeve. And guys, please watch very careful so you see how I went about cutting this sleeve. I didn't cut it like the normal sleeve we usually cut. This one, there's not much to it, so I didn't cut it. I remember that this sleeve also have an additional conflict at the end of the sleeve. So I minus 3.5 inches for that. And you know, our sleeve did not start exactly at the shoulder part. So I minus whatever I added at that shoulder for us to get our complete sleeve. So my round sleeve at the down part of this dress, I went ahead and insert it and also insert my seam allowance. So now at this upper part, we'll just go ahead and cut straight, but I'll be curving it by half inch downwards, just as I did at the top part. Remember that at the upper part, we went at that upper chest line, we went in by half inch from the shoulder. So that is just what I did, and I just went ahead and cut out the sleeve. If you see, this sleeve is not like the normal basic sleeve that we all know. It's because of the nature of this particular dress that I'm working with. So once I'm done cutting this one, I'll go ahead and fold our fabric again to cut the second piece of the sleeve. So guys, once I'm done cutting this part, I also fold my fabric to cut the conflict part. That is that, I don't even know what I'm going to call it. So that the conflict part, the part that will be attaching at the down part of this shirt sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and fold my fabric like this. And remember, we minus 3.5 inches for that while cutting the other sleeve. So while measuring, they will be taking 3.5 inches for our width, and the length will be the circumference of our sleeve, that is the round sleeve. So just go ahead and add it. I will be adding half inches for the joining allowance, so that while we join them, it will not be short. So just go ahead and do that as you see me doing. That is just all. So just go ahead and do the same thing. So this piece will be 2 for the 2 sleeve. So we'll just go ahead and cut another and place this one on top and cut the remaining parts. So guys, it's now time for us to measure our neck so that we can cut our neck collar. But guys, I have a detailed tutorial on how to go about cutting your neck collar. I'll be dropping the link at the description box for you guys to see it. So I'll just go ahead and measure our round neck. And before doing that, you will want to take your round neck measurement as well, or that of the client you are working with. Mine wasn't up to the desired measurement I want, so that was why you see me cutting it again. I just went ahead and removed something little so that I can have up to the desired neck, my desired neck that I want for my collar. So now I think I've gotten that and I'm okay with this. So I'll now go ahead and bring out my gum style. So guys, I'll be cutting on this gum style because this is the gum style I'll be using to gum on my fabric so that I can cut the shape of the neck collar. So for the first part, I went up by the width of this particular neck collar will be 1.25, while the length will be the desired length of my neck collar. So but the width is 1.25 for the first part. As I said before, I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut your shirt collar for both male and female shirts. So I'm just trying to do this so that you can catch up with it. So I just went ahead and cut it like so. So I'll be cutting it out. So if you notice, I added extra allowance so that when I'll be folding this into 2 to cut the desired shape of my neck collar, nothing will be short for me. So I'll go ahead and fold this, use my tape and now measure out my desired neck neck length and the length of my collar. So once I got that, I'll be doing it like this. So I'll be now be cutting it out like so. Just do a little curve at the upper part. So guys, now we'll be cutting the second step. So the second step is the part that is the most largest part of this neck collar, the one that will be on top the first part. If you are used to shirt, you will find out that we usually have 2 shirts. A part of the other type of shirt collar that usually be cut together, but this one we cut separately. So for this second part, I was using 2.5 inch because I wanted the part to be bold. I just wanted it to be somehow bold. I just wanted the shirt collar to be bold at that part. So I was using 2.5 inch here. So I'll now go ahead and fold it like so. And the length of this one will be 2 inches shorter than the other one. So the part we are going to be joining will be 2 inches shorter. Then we'll now go ahead and slant it. Now go ahead and slant it because the upper part will be the same thing with the neck collar, with the down part. So that was what I just did. So guys, I'll be taking all the piece together. I'll go ahead and add my hairstay at that cufflink part, and also gum this to the fabric that I'll be using to form the shirt collar. So guys, this is it. I'm done gumming this to this part. So this is what it's looking like. So guys, I'll go ahead and take this to my sewing machine, secure that part and join it together. I'll be forming that my neck collar together. So I'll be showing you guys what it looks like. So at this cufflink part, I'll also go ahead and attach it to the measure part of the sleeve. Go ahead and attach the middle part of the sleeve, and then to this part I'll now go ahead and take all this to my sewing machine, and I'll be doing justice to it and bring back. So guys, this is what it's looking like right now. Like this is what it's looking like right now, and this is our shirt collar. So we are done with this. So it's time for us to insert this to our shirt. So now I'll be showing you guys how I'll go about placing this. So I'll be using my pin to hold this down, as you can see. So I'll just go ahead and use my pin and hold this down like so. So it's not that hard. So once I'm done holding this down, I'll be taking this to my sewing machine to secure it, and I'll be top stitching like this. And also go ahead to add our sleeve to it. So I'll be showing you guys what it looks like after that. So guys, this is what our shirt collar is looking like right now. So this is what it's looking like after I've stitched it down, and I've gone ahead to add our sleeve. So this is what our sleeve is looking like right now. So as you see, that is what it's looking like. So now guys, it's now time for us to secure this shirt. To go ahead and close this with our seam allowance. So go ahead and just close it. Go ahead and close all the sides, and I'll be showing you guys what it looks like as well. And guys, we'll also be adding this I don't even know what I'm going to be calling it, but I saw this on that shirt I was using. At the thumbnail, you will find out that the shirt has this pockets like form. So also go ahead and insert it on it like so. So I did this part of the camera because I didn't want this video to be too long. It was already so long already. So guys, this is what our shirt is looking like now. We have closed the inside and the outside. So the only thing left for this shirt now is to put our buttonhole and close the down part. So thank you guys for